Hey everybody, Who's Your Jedi here with a quick update for you as to what's going on here with the channel. I do finally have internet in my home. I actually got it here Monday, um, and I haven't really sat down and done any reviews yet just because I'm still settling in, still adjusting to my new job. There's still a lot of things to be done. My apartment still lacks some pretty basic stuff that's gonna have to rectify once I get a paycheck or two in the bank. I mean, I don't even have a desk or a table or anything. I'm having to record this with like my laptop sitting on top of a cardboard box. The situation is still kind of settling in, I guess is a good way to put it. Also, I kind of need to spend some time whenever I can studying Japanese, trying to get my Japanese up to par. Just because if you live in Japan, being able to speak and read and write Japanese is a pretty darn useful skill. I think I might have mentioned in my previous videos that I did live here for a while 10 years ago, but after I left 10 years ago, I didn't really use Japanese very much then, so there's a lot that's still in here. It's all just covered in dust and cobwebs. It's slowly started to come back to me, but I definitely need to spend more time on that. Plus, there's just the whole. It's like, hey, I'm in Japan. I should go out and I should check stuff out. And I just like like on Wednesday, I had a day off at work, and I just spent that time just sort of wandering around the city, checking things out, finding out where various things were. Found some stores that I'm definitely going to be going back to, try and pick up some useful stuff. Found some nice places to buy geeky things. Um, yeah. Speaking of that, one thing I will share with you as a geeky person living in Japan is that this is a mistake I made the first time I lived here. Is I really wouldn't recommend buying lots and lots of basically anime and manga junk. I literally shipped home boxes of the stuff the last time I was here, and it all ultimately ended up just kind of gathering dust in my family's basement. I mean, it's cool. It's cool to look at, but something like once every 6 months you dig it out of a box, you look at it for 20 seconds, and then you put it back in. It's probably not worth it. Plus, I'm living in a really small apartment, so it's like, where in the world am I ever going to have room for this stuff? I'm definitely trying very hard to keep my uh, my sort of nerdy impulses under control. Although I will admit I have succumbed to them a little bit. Actually, one thing I couldn't resist picking up recently. This guide for, well, it's called Fire Emblem If in Japan, but in English translation it was Fire Emblem Fates, and that's a really cool guide for that. I actually also picked up a Fallout 4 guide in Japanese. It only covers the base game, not the expansions, but it's still pretty cool, especially since I love Fallout 4 a lot. And just for real fun, I might have mentioned in my previous videos that the area that I'm living in is a place called Kumamoto, which in April of last year got hit by a pretty nasty earthquake. And yeah, that's true. Obviously, it's been like 8 months, or 7 or 8 months, so I mean, life here is pretty normal. But if you look around, you can still see buildings that are basically been condemned. I had to go by this. I went to the supermarket earlier this morning, and there was like a building that had been damaged in the quake that was like in the process of being torn down. People have told me they have friends who've been here for a while, or Japanese friends who are looking to do stuff in their houses, and basically like contractors and carpenters are just like backed up forever. But kind of one of the more positive things about this is that, of course, people have been very supportive of the city. Um, there's a lot of messages around the city, just basically kind of like saying like kind of hang in there, Kumamoto Gambaru is what they say. Kumamoto also is fortunate to have Kumamon, which is their ridiculously merchandisable mascot that looks like a cute bear. And it also does have one other thing really going for it, is that Kumamoto is where Eiichiro Oda, the creator of One Piece, is from. So he's created more than a little bit of One Piece merchandise for helping out Kumamoto, and that's Kumamon there in the middle. Let's get this here on the back. I found this when I was out doing a little poking around at the International Information Center, which has information that is almost entirely in Japanese. And yeah, that's pretty common. If you go to something that's called International in Japan, very often just about everything is completely in Japanese. That's kind of just how it goes with. And from what I've been able to suss out on these are illustrations they did for some postcards with the One Piece characters at two, I guess, well-known train station areas here in Japan, here in the Kumamoto area. And one, though, that I like the best is this one. Here's this like little newspaper they were giving away free at the train station. And that's the local castle, Kumamoto Castle, there in the background. It's sort of a symbol of this area, this town. It's basically considered like probably like the third best castle in all of Japan. And I've been there several times before the earthquake happened. And it really is a very, very beautiful place. And I remember seeing on TV, it suffered some pretty extensive damage in the earthquake. The place is even now, it's still closed. And if you even look at the castle from the street, you can still see where the tallest tower has a whole bunch of tiles that are still missing. I even went over by there the other week, and you could see people still working on getting the castle back up in order, but there's like just parts of it that are just horrible. There's somebody who lived in this area for 2 years and was very attached to the place. I mean, that was really, really hard to see. But earthquakes are no joke. So it is encouraging to sort of see that the city is still picking itself up, but they are making progress. And I'm rambling about this stuff just a little bit longer. I do want to say though, I did one of the first things I did here was I got myself a new phone. I upgraded from my old 4S, which barely could do very well. It was 4S, it was showing its age. So I got myself this nice iPhone 7. I was so happy I got to finally able to play Pokemon Go again. And yes, if anybody's wondering, I did indeed catch the Asian exclusive Farfetch'd. I've managed to find 3 of them since I got here. None of them are very good, but I'm still super happy to get one. And I've been doing some gym battles and leveling up, and it's really cool. Where I live, basically, I'm right by a channel, and there's basically a Pokestop right in front of my apartment, so I can literally be laying in bed, catching Pokemon, clocking in Pokestop points. I take the tram to my job, and since it usually goes less than 15 miles an hour, I'm able to hatch eggs with the distance during my commute to work, which is really cool. And maybe it's fudging the rules a little bit, but I'm a pretty happy guy about that. Okay, but anyway, getting back to the channel stuff. So I need to get caught up on Star Wars Rebels pretty badly. I've kind of made a decision with that one that I'll sort of do a second half of the season review, because I found that if you do reviews for stuff that it aired significantly in the past, basically almost nobody watches it, so it's just really not worth the time. Probably just gonna flat out skip the Doctor Who Christmas special, unfortunately, and still making up my mind what I'm gonna do about the new episodes of Sherlock. Um, but pretty soon, the TV shows that I regularly review will be coming back from winter break, stuff like Arrow and Flash and Legends of Tomorrow, all that good stuff. That will be getting reviewed as normal. Okay, so I hope you guys don't mind me going off topic too terribly much there, but I kind of been wanting to show that stuff off for a while now. And if anybody wants a closer look at the details of those, I'm going to take some pictures and post them on this channel's Tumblr, Jedi Reviewer. If you want to take a look at that One Piece stuff in more detail, I'll do that later tonight. So, with that said, I'm going to call it here. As always, please comment, and rate, subscribe. Again, thanks for sticking with me during this period of transition. Hopefully we'll be able to get this channel up and running back to the way it was pretty soon. And yeah, until then, take care and have a good